everybody. This is our Southeast WCS heavyweight match. We have the champion, Max Fishman from GOAT. We have the challenger, Jason Red from Carolina Swag. Max, I want to start with you. This is your third time as champ, correct?
Correct.
What are you looking for in this match? How do you think it's going to go here?
Well, considering I bowled on this pair last night and shot the lights out, hopefully I didn't waste all my strikes. I like myself a lot in this match.
You like yourself a lot. Okay. Jason, how have you been bowling this weekend?
Kind of up and down like a seesaw, but we're going to try to change that right now.
All right, so you're going to be on the high end of the seesaw or the low end of the seesaw now?
I'm going to be on the high end.
All right. So what's the outcome of today's match going to be?
I'm thinking I'm going to take it in 6.
So are we going to see, we're going to see we're going to see a new champion, and we're going to see the belt in the hot tub, right?
You're darn right you will.
All right, cool. All right, good luck, gentlemen.
Yep.
All right.
This is game 1 of the best of 7. Basically, whoever wins 4 games wins the match. Max Fishman is the current heavyweight champion. He is defending against Jason Red. And I usually do not root for anybody. And the one thing I do root for is a game 7.
Yes.
However, I'm not sure I'm prepared to see a bunch of hot tub selfies. I'm going to try to get that right from Jason Red.
Yep. Well, as you see,
I don't think I'm ready for that.
As you see, he's even got it on his jersey. He's got his hot tub selfie jersey on. That whole thing has a lot of meaning and stuff to it. A lot of fun. You know, when us bigger guys can joke about our weight and stuff like that and have a good time with it, I'm all for it.
I am not into body shaming whatsoever. Whatever you can do with your body, you can. I have no problem with that.
Right.
I just not sure I necessarily want to see a hot tub selfie picture.
Yeah. Oh no.
I guess it depends on what he's wearing to go along with that. And I say that because there's been a number of times in the Northeast where people have threatened and then unfortunately have come through with the threat of wearing nothing but the belt.
Yeah.
And I do not want that image in my mind of anybody wearing nothing but the belt.
Well, I'm sure some of these people have done things with the belts when they've been home with their family and friends. You know, some pictures. You know, let the kids hold the belt.
There's pictures out there of people wearing nothing but the belts.
Yeah.
Both
yeah.
male and female.
Yeah. Okay. So it is what it is. So we're gonna see how this plays out, and looking forward to a good match.
I just hope that if Jason does win, you do not send me any of those pictures.
Well, I would say that they will be on the Southeast Region group page to start with, and then be removed emphatically by the gentleman that runs that page.
Right now we have hot tub X's from both bowlers. Both bowlers starting up to double as we go in the 3rd frame.
Yeah.
It seems like both bowlers have figured it out early. This could be a very fast-paced match.
Yeah, this will be quick. Even if it goes 7, it'll still be quick because these guys don't waste a lot of time. They're both momentum guys. They want to throw a good shot, get back up, throw another good shot. Like they want to keep it moving too. So
now I believe this is Fishman's 2nd or 3rd run with the title. I know it's at least 2.
It's his 3rd. This is his 3rd run with the title. Yep.
I know the first 2 times he's had actually a couple of shots at the World Heavyweight title. He's fallen short, but it hasn't been by that much.
Yeah.
So I could easily see him holding onto the belt. I believe you said that the world title match is coming up in December?
Yes, the world title match against Charles Withers, our boy Juice. That happens in December. We got a location and stuff kind of picked out already, and we might look on tweaking it a little bit. So, but it is in December.
All right, we'll see what happens there. Fishman, I'm sure, would love to have another shot at the title. When he went after it, Juice was not the champion. So if he does go after it, this will be the first world title that is held by Juice that he will be going after.
Right.
So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Jason Red has the front 2. If he wants to continue keeping pace, this has got to be the front 3. That ball looks good to me. It's got to creep in, and it does.
We're going to have a lot of strikes in this match, Gordon.
Now, you told me before, Jason Red has bowled earlier in a 5-game matchup, so either he is ready to go or his arm is about to fall off. We'll find out whether or not that takes any effect later on during this match.
Yeah, so Jason just got finished bowling at another center and got over here right at the start time. So, you know, it could be fresh, it could be rough. You know, you don't know how his body's gonna react to it. Obviously, he's got the knee brace and the sleeve and stuff on. He has that on all the time, so he knows his body better than we do.
Oh, my
there
goodness.
you go. Ham bone to start, baby.
Boom, says Jason Red. I would have to think, though, the longer the match goes, advantage Max Fishman. So if I'm Jason Red, I want to end this early. I've had at least 5 games under my belt, maybe 10 at this point. That doesn't include the practices. That doesn't include your arm sort of waiting around. Sometimes I can be a little rusty. Sometimes I can add some pain to it. So if I'm Jason Red, I want to end this in 4.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, Max is bowled already this weekend. Here, I don't know if Jason's bowled here or not, but Jason did bowl the most recent. So, it's going to be a momentum thing and just see how it goes. Obviously, Max would like to just 4-0 him and be done with it. Hell, Jason would like to 4-0 him and be done with it. These guys don't want it to go 7. They just know their goal is to win.
They're unlike us. We actually want it to go 7.
Yeah, we would
Two
love to
things
see
that
the
we
7.
like. Game 7.
But I would love to see some I'd like to see some 9th, 10th frame roll-offs.
I haven't seen that yet.
I wouldn't mind seeing the 300. There's a lot of stuff like that. I wouldn't mind.
Well, we have seen 300s, just not necessarily our matches yet.
Yeah.
Max is looking for. Hey, what did he do with that one? Out of trouble.
Yeah,
Out of trouble.
2-8.
2-8 down there.
Yeah, he got that out far, a little too far out. Cut the head pin in front of the 2.
Now, if Jason Red wins this, are you going to take one of his hot tub selfies and put it
No.
against the wall, over the bed,
No.
in the car,
No.
Placed it outside the trunk
No.
door?
No, I'm all for the man doing his selfies and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to see him.
Okay, so that's one thing that both of us have in common. Neither of us want to see a hot tub selfie.
Right. The idea of the selfie, being out there, him with the champ, I just told him before when we were setting these matches up, I was like, look, I don't want to see no hot tub selfie with the belt falling in the water. So if you happen to beat Max, if you do all that, you got to do that.
Now I'm thinking about it. If knowing the Northeast and the horror stories that I've seen of the belts in the Northeast, if it's in the water, it may actually be clean. Maybe he'll bring some soap, do a little soap and water on it, get nice and fresh. Oh, and all of a sudden, I thought Max Fishman was going to be in trouble with that, the way that Jason Red's been throwing the ball. Jason does not want to take advantage of futility.
No.
And decides to go 1 pin worse, and more importantly, 1 gapped out pin worse.
And to be fair, I had the same conversation with Max about, how to, I was like, hey, if you win, that's good. I don't have to worry about the belt falling in the water, but you're going to have to get back and get it back from him when you fall to 7 if you do, because I don't want to see one selfie is fine being out there, seeing it by accident. I don't want to see a lot of them.
Max with a hot tub selfie. I'm not sure I want to see that. I'm not sure the universe is ready for Max Fishman in a hot tub selfie.
Well, you got to remember, Max Fishman's a bit of a TikTok star. Got millions of views out there with stuff. He's a pretty good guy. Jason's a pretty good guy. Both these guys, man, are really good people. And, they don't take nothing personal. They're going to do everything they can to win this match. And that's the important thing. And they're going to put on the show for us as they can.
Well, this is definitely fast-paced. It's definitely going to go very quickly. Jason Red right now, 113 in 5th. That's been his only blemish. But that could be a disaster blemish right there.
Yeah.
Big strike. He needed to get back on that strike train. That's basically, it may be too early for me to say this, but that may be the only mistake he can make in this game.
Yeah, I mean, the way these guys are striking and relying on their momentum, this is good. If it slows down, it might interrupt the other one. It might distract the other one, take them out of their game. But both of these guys are very similar. They want to bowl.
That ball looks good to me. It is. Fishman right now maintaining his 15-pin lead as we go into the 7th frame of game 1. You just joined us. We're being threatened with hot tub selfies, but right now it is the champion with a 15-pin lead. Going into game 1, both men go out the door. It is Fishman 278 to 263.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure there's many people in this bowling alley that I really want to see a hot tub selfie from. There are a few.
It would probably about the same amount of people that would want to see you on one, Gordon.
That ball looks good. If it'll go up, he made the adjustment on what he did on lane 5.
Very good.
On frame 5, lane 3.
Yeah. So I think both of these guys, when they have the mistakes happen, like we saw with Jason, he left the split, the 7-count split, and then he came right back on the next lane and struck.
I heard it there you go when you talked about Fishman throwing a strike. Do you two bowl on the same team or the same league, or do you just not want to see a hot tub selfie?
I want to see a good game. Like, I'm always going to go for the good shots. Like, what Jason gets here and can run this down, I want him to make this game competitive. I don't want that open to cost him. Like right there, look at that. He cut the 7 forward. That's what we're talking about. That's the kind of stuff we want to see. And so, yeah, that's good shit.
Jason.
Good shot.
Oops. Jason Red right now with his strike in the 7th frame. Again, he is still trailing by 15. So he's got to throw a couple of strikes and hopes Max does not throw the next 3, because if Max does throw the next 3, Max will take game 1. And it will not matter what Jason Red or his hot tub selfie will do.
Yeah, I mean, this game is in Max's hands. You know, Jason's got to stay focused and hope that Max makes a mistake. If not, you're down 1-0. You're going to game 2.
Notice that Jason slowed it down a little bit now going up there. It's no longer that for good speed. He slowed it down. He's focusing on this ball.
Oh, that was
nice
good. There
shot.
you go.
That's a beautiful shot from Jay.
See, that was a beautiful shot from Jason there. And like you said, he slowed down his approach. He slowed down. He took that extra breath, because when they were striking, they were going. They were go, 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 go. And they probably both realized, all right, let's slow down just a little bit here. Make sure we're ready. Because they both had a bad 5th frame. Max, his 5th frame wasn't as bad. But Jason's was the open, so if somebody else makes another one, it's definitely open.
Max 8th frame, that ball coming up. He didn't like it, and the ball goes down anyway.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
No, hey. So somebody tell Max Fishman, you can't slap it out like that if you didn't even see it fall.
That was
That's
a hideous dumpster fire of a shot, and yet all the pins go down.
Yeah, that was. It should have been a 7-10.
It should have been a 7-10, maybe with a 5.
Yeah.
Maybe a Jason Red shot to a 10. It should have been anything except what we just saw, which is a 3-bagger from Mr. Fishman. And if he makes it a 4-bagger in the 9th frame, it's going to be really, really hard for Jason Red to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is both of these guys are going to still have to finish clean to keep the pressure on the other one.
Absolutely right. Big shot here in the 9th frame. Yep. If Max gets this, Jason Red cannot shut him out. It doesn't matter what Red does. Oh,
the messenger missed the 10.
Wait a minute. Now, if, doing my math here, if Max hits this is a 257, Jason Red can go out the door for a 263 and steal this one.
Yes.
And then we are 1 game closer to shake it with a Polaroid picture. And I'm not sure I want to see him being shaking anything with or without a Polaroid picture. Of course, he does have to get the spare. It's very important he does.
There it is. There you go. All right, so Max did his part now. So now Jason's got
Well, Max really didn't do his part. He left the 10 pin, and more importantly, he left the door wide open for Jason to steal.
No, but he spared it. If he wouldn't have spared
it
would have been a whole different issue for Jason.
That is true.
So Jason's just now got to make sure that he puts a good 9th frame here, preferably a strike. If he puts a strike here, he'll be like in command. But
well, if he takes a strike, he makes it closer.
Yeah.
And then he's got to hit the first 2 in the 10th.
Yeah.
First things first, 9th frame coming up. That ball looks
That's
good
money.
To me, and it is.
That looked good.
4 in a row for Jason Red as we go into the 10th frame.
Yep.
And again, as we said before, strike 5, and Jason Red will take it.
Yes.
Anything less than that, Max Fishman has a chance to come and retake game 1.
And this is good. We're gonna have scores in the 230s, 40s, 50s here, and maybe even 60s. And I expect every game, whether it's 4 games or 7, this is gonna go quick. It's gonna go quick. These guys are gonna, because they're striking. And you gotta love strikes.
Well, not just because they're striking, they're not thinking about it. This is probably the slowest that I've seen Jason Red this whole game. And I don't know. He's been lined up. I'm not sure I want to think too long. Sometimes you think too much in a situation like this. We'll see. First ball here, 10th frame. That ball's a little high. Uh-oh, and that's what you get for thinking too much. 4-9. I almost called that, Ray.
Yeah, you did. That was close. He didn't deserve it, but he stomped. And he
thought,
knew it was
as
bad.
a bowler, sometimes if it's automatic, you can't go thinking. Thinking and bowling sometimes is really bad. In this case, it's a disaster. So in order to even be relevant at this point, Jason's got to get the spare. If he doesn't, the game's over. He doesn't, the game's over.
Yep. All right,
2-2 229.
Yeah, 229. Wow.
Yeah, Max doesn't even have to throw a mark in this point. 7 pins will do it.
Yeah.
24-31. Yep, 7 pins will do it. 6 will be a tie, then he needs something. Anything less than that, which is another disaster, then he's got some more work to do.
Take a drink.
This is for game 1 right here. That's
it.
good.
Game 1. Game 1,
Max Fishman. Yeah, game 1, Max Fishman. Max Fishman almost gives game 1 away. He would have given it away if not for the overwhelming generosity of Jason Red and his top set selfie.
Yeah, I mean, Jason went ham bone split. It's not a trend you want. That's a bad 229, really.
That's a terrible 229. You're absolutely right. Not only is it terrible, it's a terrible 229. I mean, think about it. Throwing the strike, maybe the first frame, maybe he doesn't do that.
Yeah.
And maybe he steals it. In this case, this could be a momentum shifter as early as the 10th frame of game 1. Let's see how Jason Red deals with this and comes out in the game 2.
Yeah. Yeah, both of these guys, man, it's like, you know how we are. I want a 7, obviously.
I want a 7 too.
But
I mean, I don't think this is over by a long shot.
No.
I do think Jason Red's got to get out of his own head, and more importantly, really come back strong in game 2. If not, he's going to be looking at 0-2, because Fishman in his mind is thinking to himself, I got away with one.
Right.
I need to make sure I don't do that again.
Yeah. Yeah, Max knows that. Max he's a thinker. Max reminds me kind of like James Niffen in a way, where he thinks about this kind of stuff. He processes. So yeah, he knows that when he didn't strike in the 9th, that he left the door open, and Jason unfortunately just wasn't able to capitalize. So we had to right to a game 2.
There you go. At the end of game 1, Max Fishman 257, Jason Red 229. Max is up 1-0. For everybody tuning in right now, no, that is a hot tub selfie that is on the back of Jason Red's shirt. That you're not seeing things. The light is not bad. It does say hot tub selfie. And he has promised the universe, if he wins the title, he'll be taking hot tub selfie photos with him and the belt, spreading it over social media, on Facebook, on TikTok, maybe on Foursquare, maybe on Chihuahua's Gone Wild. Who knows where he's going to be sending that out?
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Chihuahua's Gone Wild much more than I want to see a selfie with a hot tub. First ball, Jason Red, 10 pin.
Wow.
Again,
how
much can you come back from that? Clearly, he made a change.
Yeah.
And I mean, he is a very good bowler, don't get me wrong. But again, it's almost like that 10th frame. He took himself out of the same mental pace that he was going through the whole entire game, just to slow down, and sometimes you can't do that. Looks like the spare's good, and it is. Talk to me about that. You're a bowler. How important is it for the pace to be consistent? I'm a momentum guy. Like, I want to get up and bowl. I dislike 5-man leagues and things like that because the pace and like it's like if I'm bowling bad and I've got to figure out my adjustments, I'll forget what I was doing if I got to wait through a 5-game or a 5-man team. Yeah, Max Fishman's first shot, that's buried, it's all down.
That was a very nice strike there. Wasn't getting the same pop as he got earlier, but it struck, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, if I'm bowling bad, I slow the pace down specifically for 2 reasons. Number 1, I need to think about it. Number 2, and more importantly, I want to change pace. I want to have my opponent think about it. And I want to maybe overtake the shot here. Fishman noticeably slowing down a little bit here. If he doubles, I'll guarantee you in 3 and 4, he's not going to slow down. He's going to try to speed it up again. And give Jason Red as little time to think about it as possible. Second shot here, that ball looks good. He had the toe tap.
Yeah.
Fish moves the toe tap, thinking, all right, that one's good, and it is.
Yeah, that was a very good shot.
Fishman taking a very quick lead in game 2 and forcing Red to think early here. Let's see Red's pace right now.
Yeah, I don't see him. I don't think he's really worried about it. I think in his mind, he's still thinking he just shot 229, had a bunch of great shots, had 2 bad ones for 229. Some people, 229 is a great score. In that circumstance, it was not a good score because he lost that game when when Max left the door open for him late.
If he doesn't open in either of those frames, and either open is a strike, he wins game 1. Even if he opens in the 10th frame, he would have had enough of a lead to go up maybe 279, 260.
Yep.
That would have been good enough.
Yeah, and you never know what the pressure would have done to Max, you know?
Exactly.
Max didn't have to get the 3 and the 10th to win.
He did not.
He just needed a good count, and he did more than he needed. But would Max have played it the same if he needed the double?
That's true.
We don't really know. Would he could have squeezed it. He could have pushed it on. You know, we'll see. Double for Jason.
The frame coming up.
Yeah.
See, looking for the double here.
Go.
There it is.
See, that looked really good. So, you know, we got a early 290, early 300 pace.
Well,
Like
Jason Red, again, he's now back to the quick pace. He's got to keep doing that quick pace.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know why he slowed down, but he slowed down. Can't do that. Matt Fishman, meanwhile, as I said, he's up there now immediately. He's gonna quicken this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially if he throws another one right here for the 3-bagger.
Oh, wrapped
10
in. Wow. Yeah, it looked good. It was a wrapped in.
Did look good. He didn't tap the toe like he did with the other 2 strikes, so maybe he wasn't as enthralled with that shot as we were.
No, but you can tell Max he's a feel guy. You know what I mean? Like his routine is the same. Every time, you know, that hand blower might not even be working and he's putting his hand there, but it's a habit. It's like he's a routine guy, and routines make you successful. It makes you make better shots all the time.
Fishman looking to make the spare here. He will.
Yep.
No problem there. We've had heavyweights in the past struggle with their corner pins. Not today, yet.
Yeah, yet's a big word. These guys are looking good so far, you know. It's just the 2 big misses by Jason was the only thing that have been terrible frame, you know.
Theoretically, Jason Red is up by 1 right now as we go into the 4th frame. You just tuned in. This is our heavyweight matchup. This is our main event for the evening.
Yeah, we you know.
And right now we had a 257 to 229, courtesy of the champion Max Fishman. He's up 1-0, and he's going to leave another corner pin. This time to 7.
Yeah.
Fishman up 1-0. That being said, Jason Red has the opportunity to make a little bit of hay right now, while Max is struggling with a pair of corner pin spares.
Yeah. Max just needs to make sure he spares this up. He knows he threw a bad shot. He feels like he didn't deserve it, but he knows the outcome. He's already planning on making this and what he's going to do next time. Max he's ahead of the game on that part.
Fishman's got to make the spare. He will. Jason can now take the first substantial lead of this game. He had a chance 2 times to, the first time around, take a substantial lead, didn't do it. Second time around, win the game, didn't do that.
Yeah.
Now let's see if that comes back to plague him a little bit, or if he says, nah, you know what, I'm good, this is a new game. That is the question that is going to be answered momentarily. Jason Red moving fairly quickly to the line here. He thinks he may be locked in. That could be good for him. That ball going to get up, though. No, it is not.
Oh, goodness.
It almost seems like Jason Red's a little bit scared of futility at this point. This is now the 3rd time that he had the chance to take a nice side lead on Max Fishman, and he's now 0 for 3 on that conversion.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like they both started off with the front 4, and then, you know, it's, you know, like last game, and it was the minute that Max messed up first last game, and then Jason's response was, I'm going to mess up worse.
All right. And that's happened now. Oh, my goodness.
No, that's not good.
Right on cue, by the way.
Yeah,
Ray. Congratulations. That was right on cue.
Yeah.
So we've now had 3 times that Max has made a mistake, and Jason is right after it made a worse mistake.
Yeah, and
now 3 straight times.
Yeah, and he's got to fix that, man. Get it out of his head. You know.
Yeah, if he doesn't fix it, this match is going to be over relatively quickly.
These guys are all really good bowlers at this level. They know how to fix it. It's just a matter of blocking out everything else going on right now and to making it happen.
Jason Red right now looking to pick things back up. And 7 pin.
Yeah.
Is this maybe also a little bit of a transition very early, or both bowlers maybe tired? Or maybe again, Jason Red just off a 5-game set, maybe he's getting a little tired? What do you think? What does Dr. Ray think right
I
now?
mean, it's hard. It's hard to say. Fatigue can be a thing, but I've seen Jason bowl all 3 squads before and just keep bowling. I've seen him bowl matches, like action matches up afterwards. I've seen all that, so I don't want to say he's tired. I don't think that's fair to him. But we'll see. Max is obviously the fresher of the 2 because Max hasn't bowled lately.
Max also hasn't opened yet this game.
That's true.
The only mistakes that he's made was an 8 spare and a 9 spare. And that is it. And Max stays clean. It's going to be really hard for Jason to catch up. And if he does that, it's going to be real hard for Jason to catch up.
Yeah, that 7 looked like it wanted to stay, but it fell. So that's all that Max is worried about.
Fishman up by 13. He can make it 23 as we go into the second half of this game. Max Fishman already up 1 zip, looking to capitalize on a double and make it 2 zip.
Yep, and if this is your first time watching a WCS match here for the UBA, total pinfall is completely irrelevant. Pinfall matters in that game, but not for the series. It's all about you win. You can win 4 games by a pin and lose 3 games by 50 apiece. It doesn't matter. You won the 4. You win. In this case, you're the new Southeast Heavyweight Champion if you're Jason, or
Fishman
you
looking to
successfully
extend the lead
defended
right
if
now.
you're
There's
Max.
the toe tap, and
7
no,
again.
7 still up there.
Something that 7 might be glued because it did that to Jason too.
Well, it's done it to Jason now. It's done it to Max twice. Max with the opportunity to extend the lead. He doesn't do it. Assuming that he makes the spare, he'll still be up by 15. Oh, and by the way, that was how much Max was up earlier.
Yes.
Even though technically it's still 13. Fishman right now won't make this
Gotta
spare.
go.
Yes, he will.
Good.
So
Yeah.
Fishman up by 13.
Yep. And that's been the thing is so far is game 1, Max had no opens. Game 2, he's clean so far. Jason made the mistake with the open.
Well, right now, Jason's made the mistake, 2 mistakes with opens in game 1, 1 mistake with open game 2, and that's why he's down by 13. Now, a double here puts him, he'll still be down, but will only be down by 3.
Yeah.
First ball here by Red, that looks good. Ooh, 10 pin. He's not driving the ball like he did earlier.
No.
I'm not sure it's tiredness as much as it's maybe mental fatigue, because I'm still thinking in the back of his mind, he's like, I should have had game 1.
Yeah.
And he's right, he should have had game 1.
Yeah, he should have. I mean, but he's been unsuccessful so far in this match, capitalizing.
Yeah, he'll make the spare. There it goes.
Oh, there you go.
Jason right now listening to the crowd. I'm not sure the crowd can really help him unless it's to inject some sort of cortisol into his shoulder. Maybe give him some jolt, a little adrenaline rush. That's what he needs right now at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jason right now on a spare going in 7th frame. Red right now still trying to increase the pace here, trying to make something going on here against Max. Here's that shot from Red. It's almost like he's laboring a little bit, but that ball looked good.
Yeah, that looked really good. He had that arm motion that some of the other champs have had in the past, where they just they know it's going. Like there was no question on that one.
Almost looked like he was laboring a little bit on that shot in the 7th frame. I want to see what he looks like in the 8th and 9th.
Yeah.
Definitely looked like that he was laboring. He is still steady. He's not sitting down. So maybe he's just trying to give himself a win. Fishman trying to give himself some room between him and Jason Red. There's a strike.
Yeah, he almost wrapped that 10 pin, but it failed. That's all that matters. It kicked him on.
8th frame coming up for Fishman. Right now up by 14. A double here for him would be big. If he does not get a double, then once again Jason Red has a chance to take the lead late in a game. Now, can he actually do it this time? Fishman right now, 8th frame coming up.
Yeah.
Here's a shot. That ball looks good. That ball looks. Oh no, another 10 pin. Fishman right now bending his head back. Now he is getting frustrated. The importance at this moment is, A, got to get the spare.
Yeah, this spare is going to be huge. because it's one of those things where, you know, Max. Well, I don't know, because Jason's not been capitalizing when the door's been open. So.
Well,
We'll
Jason
see.
Red has had a history so far this match of not capitalizing when he's had the opportunity.
Stay on the lane. There you go. See?
Max with the spare, a little bit of frustration. He knows once again he's opened the door. He's gotten very fortunate every other time that he's opened the door. He's going to try to see if that fortune holds up.
Yeah.
If Max Fishman goes out the door to 228, Jason Red can go out for 234. So right now it is technically a 6-pin match if Jason Red goes out the door. He will take game 2 and he will even up one game apiece in this match.
Let's see. Jason's got this there. I like this.
Right now.
That's good.
Is he going to take advantage now?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Big double for Jason Red. Now another strike here, and he will take the lead. More importantly, he cannot get shut out.
No. And that's big, you know, and that's what was missing in the first game, where when Jason messed up in the 9th, when he messed up in the 10th, it put no pressure on Max. And this way, Jason can strike here, the pressure's all on Max to finish.
Well, the pressure's all on Max, and more importantly, Jason cannot strike Max out. So then all Max can do is put on pressure if this is a strike, and it is not. 10
wrap, 10.
Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth again we go.
Yeah, I don't know.
He cut down. The lead is now in single digits. However, he has not taken the lead back. He cannot shut out Max Fishman.
Yeah,
And more importantly, Max Fishman could shut out Jason Red. Red right now looking to make the spare. He will. But now it comes to Max Fishman. Fishman, he's striking the 9th, 2 in the 10th.
Yeah, I was keeping. I wasn't gonna.
Well, I was going to make sure of it.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, there's a big gap there, and that is something Max Fishman cannot be doing in the 9th frame.
Nah, he needs a strike here. This is gonna be big. If Max can strike here.
Max is the master of his own destiny.
Yes.
Striking the 9th, 2 in the 10th, he shuts out Jason Red.
Yep.
Anything less than that, Jason Red can come out, tie this up at 1 game apiece.
Yeah. Well,
Fishman up first.
Yeah, as long as he gets out of this one with a mark, out of the 9th here. Ooh.
Oh, well, he needs more than that. He needs a double somewhere along the way. And I say that because a double will lock out Jason Red. So a mark, yeah, that's great. It's not good enough.
Right.
So he needs a double. The easier way to do it would be striking the 9th, first one in the 10th.
Right.
Obviously, to keep control of his own destiny, he's got to make the spare here. And then after that, we'll talk turkey in the 10th.
Yeah.
But once again, Jason Red with the opportunity to take the lead or close out Max. He is now 0 for 4 in that setup. Fishman looks like he will make the spare with no problem.
Yes.
He's good there. Now, can Max Fishman shut out Jason Red? Fishman has not had that opportunity yet in this match. He will now.
Right.
Because in game 1, if you remember, he needed a strike to beat him, not to shut him out.
Right.
So 2 strikes. He goes up 2-1. A mark, and Jason Red has got to throw a double. And open, and all Jason Red's got to do is mark.
Right.
Again, based on what Jason Red has done in this match, it's not necessarily a gimme.
No.
That being said, Max Fishman would much prefer he throw the first 2 strikes
And just be done
and
with
then
it.
get it over with. First ball here, look for a strike. He does.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a little high and
That was
flushy,
high.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a high flush there. But Max is okay with that, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Especially as he's seeing open surrounding him right now. Now that first strike guarantees that even if he doesn't throw a strike here, Jason Red's got a double.
Yeah.
Actually, I should say, theoretically, a 7 count will force Jason to double, but more importantly, a 10 count And this game is close to being over. That's buried. Max Fishman showing his pedigree, showing why exactly he is the Southeast Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, you just got to really basically keep it on the lane. Just get a little count. It'll be good.
Magic number 7.
Yeah.
7 count is a 224. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 214. The best Fishman can do is 213. Yeah, I can math today.
Yeah.
Not.
But Max hasn't been nowhere near a 5 count or a 6 count or nothing like that. So
He is not. 7
this
count
is in the
game
pocket.
2. That's an 8. That's good enough.
Well, so that was the worst shot he's thrown the whole time. And it was a good time for him to do it. Bad time for Jason, good time for Max.
Yeah, that actually matches with Lou. He had an 8 count in game 1. He's got one in game 2. But this is the, as you said, perfect time for him to do it. So the fish right now, Jason Red's trying to catch a fish. Right now the fish has done some free swimming.
Yeah.
No problems with Fishman. Let's see if I can try to catch fish. Max, 1 second. Max! We can get him momentarily. Right now, 2 games in the book. You're up 2-zip. Talk to me about what's going on.
Not liking my ball reaction at the moment. Should have probably made a ball change in that fill frame, but I didn't know what was going to happen. So I wanted to make sure I got my count that I needed to. Most likely ball change coming up here very soon.
All right.
Too many 9 counts and too many corner prints.
All right. Thank you, Max.
Yeah, so Max's analysis of it was the same as ours. Corner pins, corner pins, corner pins. I'm not sure how he screwed the math up on not throwing a different ball in the field, because all he needed was a 7, unless he was worried, you know, that he would throw a big 4 count or something crazy.
I'm absolutely sure that he's worried about it.
Yeah.
But if he's not liking how he's throwing the ball, he's got to think in the back of his mind that he's worried about throwing a real bad shot, and then he leaves a mess up there.
But the way Max throws the ball, Max is not just going to throw a gutter ball. He don't swing the ball like that to it to be gutter even in play there. So, you know, I mean, yeah, he could have threw a crazy washout, 4 count, something crazy. The odds are very small. But you don't want to give Because Jason made a ball change here. Jason now, being closed out, is able to play around with stuff, and he was able to figure out hopefully what the right decision is, what ball is for him going into game 3.
Well, we'll see next game if that's the right decision. At the end of game 2, Max Fishman 215, Jason Red 202. Fish up 2 games to zip, 2 games away from successfully defending his title and closing down the hot tub selfie business, for at least temporarily. No, I don't think that'll stop Jason Red. He will be sending out hot tub selfies forever.
Well, the thing too is Jason is also in the #1 contender match in the Uncapped series, Uncapped Tag series. So, you know, we can still see him with a belt. So we could be seeing more
Jason Red. And maybe with the belt. And oh my goodness.
Re-rack.
Well, Max Fishman was not liking how he was throwing that. Wait. Max, come here, Max. Come here, Max. Come here right now. You didn't like the shot that you did game 2. What was that?
Should have made a little more of a move, but we'll get back on. So it's just a flub shot. We'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. Good deal. Yeah, Max, like you said, he grabbed that a little bit. It was the ugliest strike he's had.
That has got to be some of the most magical carry that I have seen in this match.
Yeah, that's
how much more magical carry does he have? That's the question.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's open for 2 more games. Is what all Max is
wanting. He just needs 2 more games with the Magic.
Yeah.
Jason Red right now wants. See, he's not as magical as Max.
Yeah.
If he was as magical as Max, that 7-pin would have gone down.
Yep.
But it did not, and it's right up there.
Yep.
You know, this match is going very, very quickly. They started a half hour after the match to the right, and they've just about caught up. Getting very close to catching up. Here in game 3, if you just tune in right now, I don't want to say it's been all Fishman. The match has been close. It is 2-0 Fishman. Probably, if you've been watching this match, it probably should be 2-0 Jason Red. Jason Red has had every opportunity to capitalize. And it's not only has he not capitalized, he's shown worse shots and made more mistakes than Fishman has. Yeah. This has been a match of attrition so far. Ray, what do you think?
Yeah, every game has started the same way. Max gets a lead. Max opens the door. Jason looks at the door. and this goes the other direction. And then
that's actually the best way to say it.
And then Max just realizes, hey, I open the door, he closes it, and wins the game.
Yeah.
Jason's been in both of these games, but just had untimely stuff go on. And
Well, that has been, you just said it, that has been the difference in the match. I'll wait 1 second while Jason throws the second shot. Frame
That's
2
money.
here, Jason Red. He says that's money. It is.
That's money.
Maybe gotten a little help from one of the dead pins in the corner, but it doesn't matter. Well, one of the things that you said, you're absolutely right. Both bowlers have been in situations to close games out or take leads. Max Fishman has done it. Jason Red has not, and that's why it's 2-0 Max Fishman.
Yeah.
Fishman right now looking at double, and if he does, once again, he will take a quick lead. Here's the shot. Will it be better than what he did in the first frame? Yes, it is. That one's buried.
So, yeah, that looked how Max wanted the other one to go. That looked good. He didn't squeeze it. He threw a great shot.
Yeah, Fishman with the arms extended and a shrug. Like, oh, wait, I had to do that? Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah.
Now, if he can bury it here, Jason Red could be in a world of hurt, and we're talking early game 3. Fishman right now, very pivotal shot here, third frame, game 3. And if you're wondering, why are these shots so pivotal early? It's because if a heavyweight bowler is locked, and Max Fishman is, it's going to be very hard to unlock him.
Yeah.
So now if you're Jason Red, the question now is more of, how can I hold? How can I hold up in this match? And right now we have, coming up here, and I'm trying to get him over here, someone with a nice lovely gold belt who's the world heavyweight champion. Right now, Juice. And Juice, let's have a little conversation. I see you're eyeballing this match right now. First row, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm actually doing pretty good. I mean, like I said, I come in with the belt. Ain't no offense, world champion. I just want to let everybody know.
Say hi to the royal subject.
Yeah, say hi to everybody, man. Let everybody know, hey, the UBA's here. It's a good history. It's fun. Let's have fun bowling. I love being the world champ. Like I said, I'm going to do it as best as I can. I'm going to give it all my 100% every time I bowl. Whenever I lose a belt, I lose a belt. Hey, it's a fun environment. I love it. This is fun.
Now, now, have you seen this match so far, and what's your thoughts on both bowlers?
I have not seen this match so far. I just came in from eating some food, so can you do me a favor and tell me what the count?
All right, I'll let you hang out right here. Right now, Max Fishman is up 2-0, and he's got close to at least a 20, maybe 30 pin lead right now on Jason Red. Jason Red has threatened the universe with hot tub selfies. He has not lived up to the threats. He has had chances in this matchup to take control of the game late in both Game 1 and Game 2, and he has failed to do so in both games. Right now, that is the storyline in this match. Jason Red has had the opportunities, he has not cashed in. When Max Fishman has had the opportunities, he's capitalized. And that's why he's up 2-0. There's a nice shot there by Jason Red. However, and a big however here, Fishman's got the front 3. He's looking to add some distance between him and Jason Red.
Okay, so what I'm thinking this match is 2-0 Max Fishman's way. I kind of believe, I feel like Max, I'm going to say this, no disrespect to Jason because he's my guy. But as a 2-0 lead, I really feel like Max is going to solidify this match. But I think Jason will get one game out of this. I think he will get one game out of this.
Well, if he's going to get one game, it needs to be Game 4. Because right now he's starting to lose Game 3. Fishman with the front 4. That is a 30-pin lead. And Jason Red better figure out lane 4 very, very quickly if he wants to make any sort of indentation in this game. Ray Gillespie, you already saw that Max Fishman was sort of struggling around. He made a mess Game 1.
Yes.
Those other shots aligned. You think he's good for this game? You think he's lined him?
Yeah, I think Max is fine. And Jason's lined up on one lane, but he's not on the other. And then we say that, and then leaves a 7.
Yeah. Good job. This is why we commentate and not bowl at this point.
And that is why I say, even though we said, Max had the lead, the carry percentage it could change the whole game. Like I said, I bowled Nick so many times. I know that strikes really don't make the difference. Spares make the difference when you bowl. I mean, you can strike a lot, but if you don't make your spares to cover your spares, he can change the game. Like that one spare right there, Bob. I thought he missed that hurt.
I did too.
But that one spare, it can still change the game. Even though Jason has 2 spares to his 1, it can change the game. It really can change the game.
You're absolutely right on that because we saw that game 1. Jason opened twice. He had 2 big splits. He lost that one. He opened in game 2, lost that one. And that's what it is. And we've learned that from your matches with Nick Christie in the past where, you know, hey, you're going to have bad frames, spare them and move on. Forget short memory, keep it moving. And that's what these guys hope to do. That's what you've done. So it's good seeing you. Congratulations, Jim. Yeah, man.
Right, frame 5 here for Jason Red.
Yeah, this is the lane.
He basically can close out to under 20 pins with a strike right here if he can do it. And he does with 7 pin.
Another corner pin.
At least it's a different corner pin for him.
Yeah, but he's
Still a corner pin though.
No, he might need to either change balls or move more than he has because you'll see when he gets back on 3, he's gonna flush it. It's gonna be a beautiful shot. He's struggling on 4, and but it's kind of like we've seen in the past, and like Withers was talking about, they at least make your spares, keep it moving because you never know what's gonna happen.
That's true. At least again, Jason Red is covering. He's making spares. That being said, he's still down by 29 pins at this point. He can be going to the second half of game 3. And again, you do not want to be down. Yeah, I know you can come back. You do not want to be down 3-0 at all. And that's what Jason Red is staring at this moment. Now again, he's pretty much lined up on lane 3. He's got to figure out how to throw a strike on lane 4. And he needs to do so relatively quickly, or he needs to hope that Max Fishman's carry that he thought he had, he no longer obtains.
Yeah, the hard part of this level is these guys, they're relying more on themselves and what they're doing. They're not thinking about the other one as much. Neither of these guys are defensive players. See, wrap 10.
By the way, first non-strike in a while that Jason Red has left over there.
Yeah. And that time you could actually see the frustration on his face because he was like me and felt like he was good on 3. And he was not expecting to do that with a 10 pin right there.
No. Again, he can't let that frustration get to him. He's got to make spares. There's another one.
Yep. But it's you know, the non-spares are fine, you know, because you never know when Max is going to have a Greek church, a complete ugly washout, leave a big 4, something like that. So, you know, so Jason just got to stay focused on what he's doing, and he'll be fine. And you know, at some point he might have to get ready for game 4, but right now he's not out of this yet.
Well, there's a problem. You can't assume the open. So if Max keeps on marking, that means Jason Red's got a double somewhere along the way. If he keeps going 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare, the game's going to be over. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And again, even the shots that Max Fishman doesn't like, he's still winding up throwing a 9 or getting a strike.
Yes.
You know, if he keeps doing that and leaves himself easy spares or even corner pin spares, Jason Red has got to double somewhere along the line. He's got to figure out how to carry on lane 4. He's got to figure out how to not throw a bad shot on lane 3. And he's got 4 frames to figure it out. And Max Fishman's not going to help him.
No.
Fishman right now with the front 4, he's coasting on that. Fish still up by 29 pins. We go into the 7th frame.
Yeah.
And again, if you're Max Fishman, one of you is, I'm sure, thinking, let me just get through this game. Let me be up 3-0. I can tinker around. I can have some fun. I don't need to have that pressure on me. Because if you go up 3-0, and you know this as well as I do, then you can start putzing around a little bit. 3-0 is very different than 2-1.
Right.
Fishman right now in the 7th frame. Looking for the strike here, getting himself back on the strike line. And there it is, big shot by Fishman.
Very nice. That was a very nice shot right there by Max.
Now again, right now you're Jason Red, and you are running out of frames to catch up. I sincerely believe, I agree with you, I don't think Fishman's going to go out the door.
No.
However, if I'm Jason Red, 7th and 8th frames got to be strikes. I've got to throw a double here. I cannot rely on Fishman not carrying something.
Right.
So I've got to throw a double. If I can't throw a double here, then I need to hope that Max Fishman opens.
Right.
And Max Fishman has not opened the whole entire match yet. As you said, his worst count's 8 spare. Jason Red right now taking the ball.
Yeah.
He already knows what the assignment is. Looks like a ball change.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what's going to happen here. Now, I believe this is a ball change. Do you agree with me?
Yeah, I think that's a different ball he just got out of his bag. Hopefully it's the right one, you know, because he's not out of this game yet because
No, not at all.
you know, but it's kind of where you want to start thinking about the third one, but or the fourth game, excuse me.
Right now, there's Jason Red approaching here, 7th frame. As I told Ray before, this pretty much needs to be a strike. He's got to start carrying.
Yeah.
If not, he's not going to take care of that 29-pin deficit that he's
good.
in.
Yeah.
That's a nice ball
That
from
was a
Jason
nice-
Red.
Yeah.
That may start the wheels going right now.
Yeah. You can tell like he kind of they brought some energy back. The last time when he was on the third on lane 3, you could see the frustration in his face. Right there, you felt like he was wanting to like. That was his walk it out kind of a thing. You know what I mean? Like he got he was a little excited there.
Big frame here for Jason Red.
Yes.
This has got to be a strike. And I understand what's going to happen here. And I know people are going to say, it's not over if he doesn't strike here. It's going to be real hard for him to pick up 30 if he doesn't throw at least a strike here, at least right now.
The probability odds are not in Jason's favor if he doesn't strike here.
Because if he strikes, he puts a little bit of pressure on Fishman, and then he forces Fishman maybe to make a mistake. Because again, from a spare standpoint, Fishman spares all night, Jason doesn't double. Max is going to win this game. Here we go, 8th frame. This ball's got to be a strike pretty much, and it is. Here we go.
It's a little light on that lane. He might need to keep with the other ball on that lane because it was actually hitting the pocket better. Because he almost left the 7-pin right there.
Oh, Red right now forcing Fishman to at least start showing up in the 8th frame.
Well, it's like Max needs to mark the 8th and the 9th. And that'll pretty much be in that lockout stage. But Max would love to just double and kind of be done with it too.
If he strikes the 8th and 9th, it's going to be virtually impossible to catch him. You're absolutely right. That's why Red had to throw the strike in the 8th frame. The question is it too little too late? Max Fishman says, yeah, I'm going to try to make it too little too late.
Yeah.
That's a double for him. Very pivotal frame in the 9th. A strike here, and it pretty much seals the game. A mark here, it won't seal the game, but Jason Red cannot shut him out. And open, and all of a sudden it becomes interesting again.
Yeah, that's all Max needs to really do. Just avoid the open. And I think the only way he'll open is if it's a huge split, a very poorly thrown ball. He's thrown some bad shots, but he's gotten some great pin action. Been very fortunate.
Yeah,
so,
Jason Red can go out with 239, Max Fishman 268.
Yeah,
so Max has got a little bit of a cushion if he wants to throw a mark instead of an open. But it's not going to matter. There's a strike. So right now, Max is gunning. Right now at this point, he's in the 230s, regardless of what else happens.
Yeah, the good part about Max is that he slapped that one out a little bit. That was fine because he actually watched the shot. I'm still not a fan of when he slapped out the shot he didn't even see. Well, we'll have to talk to him about that later.
Oh, right now, Jason Red's up. Basically, Jason Red's got to go out the door, and Max Fishman's got to open to the 10th.
Yeah.
So this has got to be a strike, or the game's over mathematically. And the game's over mathematically. 3-6-10.
Max needs to go ahead and just cover this at least and, feel good about going to the next one. You don't want to chop this and think about it.
Well, the one thing he's got to be thinking about right now is, he is down 3-zip.
Yeah.
And the hot tub is 1 game away from drying out.
Yeah.
And no selfie. Well, he can take more selfies. There just will not be a piece of hardware with him when he takes them.
That's right. That's right. There might be a beverage with in a selfie.
Frosty beverage.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with frosty beverages in a hot tub.
No.
As long as a frosty beverage is not silver nitrate. Red right now, 10th frame, doesn't matter. Mathematically, he's out. There's a strike. He threw the change. It was a good ball change. It was a bad delivery in the 9th frame.
Yeah.
So to be fair, even if he did strike out, all Max had to do was to mark in the 10th. Fishman right now taking advantage of the opportunities that he has been given in this game. I mean, Max has outbowled Jason Red so far in 3 games.
Yes.
You can make an argument that Jason Red should be up 2-1, and I wouldn't dispute that argument, except for the fact that, again, he has gotten the opportunities and he's not taken advantage. Max has gotten the opportunity to close out, and he's done it.
Yes.
Right now, that's the difference in this game. And it could be the difference in this match if Max Fishman does one more of these.
Yeah, I hate these guys are corner pinning a lot. Jason's corner pinning more than Max, obviously. But like he wasn't even really too concerned about throwing it that one. He didn't need it for the thing, but
now, Jason finishes with the 205. Max already had that in the 8th frame.
Yeah.
And he's looking for a lot more here in the 10th. And the other thing is this, you want to talk about intangibles. Max Fishman has had ridiculous carry this evening so far.
Yeah, and that's a matter of matches. You know, when we talked with Juice, we talked about spares. You know, don't be the one that opens the door. And it's also, sometimes it helps when you're the one getting the carry and the other one guy's not. And
doesn't hurt.
Yeah, Max has gotten the carry so far. Max hasn't opened. And those are the 2 biggest factors you're going to have in a match like this.
Well, 3 things. Number 1, Max hasn't carried. Number 2, Max has carried the bad shots. Number 2, he hasn't opened. And number 3, and the most important one, when he's had the opportunities to finish off games, he's done it. Clutch shooting in the 10th frame in game 2. Clutch shooting in the 10th frame game 1. And right now, clutch shooting of an 8th and 9th frame in game 3, which is allowing Max Fishman to go up 3-0. And Max is going to finish in the 260s. The strike gives him 268, and oh my goodness. Another hideous ball, but it doesn't matter. It looks great up there. In other words, let's go. In the end of game 3, Max Fishman 268, Jason Red 205. Max is up 3-zip. There's 4 games left. Jason Red's got to win them all. The margin of error for Jason Red is 0, or AKA El Cheapo. And I'm here hanging out with the Max Fishman fan club. At this point, and Max Fish is looking like he's going to be spawning upstream very soon. Jason right now will start game 4. Real simple. Jay's got to throw strikes. Real simple. I know it's a real simple strategy, but that's what he's got to do. He's got to throw strikes. And he's got to outpoint Max Fishman for the next 4 games. If he doesn't do it, it's a game, set, match. Max Fishman is 2 months away from a date with Charles Withers for the heavyweight championship. There's a strike from Jason. We're going to game 4, and there's a start. Fishman is up right now. Well, not up in the match. He's up in the, well, he is up in the match. He's not up in the game. Fishman right now, first frame, taking his time. Pace has not really slowed down. The pace is still very quick. And again, that's going to go with the person that's pretty much felt the line all evening, and that's Fishman. Most of the time, his shots have been dead solid perfect, and he's been able to make that ball change when he's needed to. And here we go again, another strike from Max Fishman.
Yeah, that's a great shot there by Max. Max is feeling the blood. He just needs to go ahead and get this over with. That's his mindset. Dave hoping that Max will leave the door open, and he'll have a different outcome where he won't bear right behind it or open himself behind it. Like he just needs to stay focused, take it 1 game at a time. Jason can get back in this. Max is, I'm done. I want to get this over with. He's going to stay focused as the entire game.
Well, Max is going to want to keep the pace up, gives Jason less time to figure out how to make the adjustment. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's a good way to keep the pace going quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that goat carry. You know, that's the goat carry.
That's like idiotic carry shot number, what, 8, 9 this match?
Yeah, that was wow. He I don't even know if he deserved the 7-10, but it was standing there and then it fell. That's.
I think if Jason buries the ball and leaves another 10-10, we may see a different show of emotion from Mr. Red. And it will not be happy time. It will be you better duck because there may be a bowling ball flying at your head, Bray.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I've had stuff thrown at me before, or 9-pin.
Well, in this case, it was a lousy shot that left a 9-pin, so definitely did not bury the ball there. And stop me if you've heard this before, Jason Red's facing an early deficit.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's
Red
a matter
right
of,
now,
he needs to spare this, get back on the strikes. The odds of Max going, you know, the next 10 are slim, not impossible
I'm
by no
not
means.
sure how you can say they're slim. Max just shot a 268 last game. .268 from Max Fishman. I think his low game was his first one was a 212.
Yeah.
But Fishman has, I'm sorry, 212 was game 2. Jason Red right now, and that's not going to help either.
yes.
Matt Pinn's not going to get back over there. I'm going to say right now, if Max Fishman throws a strike in the 3rd and the 4th frame, Jason Red is going to be mentally cooked this game. I think Max Fishman has the opportunity to be like Shang Tsung and take Jason Red's soul away from him with 2 more strikes. Red right now with a spare. Here comes Max Fishman. And if you pardon the Mortal Kombat reference, here's Shang Tsung looking to eat Jason Red's soul at this point.
Oh, Jesus.
3rd frame here, that ball looks very good. It does not look very good at all.
That did not look good. What are you looking at, Gordon? That did not look good.
I had a different angle than you did.
Yeah, I guess so. But the whole thing is like that one, he threw it too slow. And
Yes, he
so
did.
It moved, and it just didn't keep the line.
Well, not only does he not eat Jason Red's soul, but Jason Red can turn around now and take the lead in this game. Turning point in game 4, maybe a little late for a turning point, but it could be a turning point.
Yes.
And this will be Max's first time that he did not throw at least 8 in the first shot.
Yeah.
And more importantly, this will be
His
Max
first open.
Fishman's first open.
Yeah, the first open's the thing. So, you know, I would put money on Max is about to strike here, though. You know, but it's also the first time he's had to overcome anything like this.
Max Fishman right now. Now it's time to regroup. 4th frame coming up.
The odds of him starting 2 frames off bad in a row are pretty slim here.
Well, how do you recover if you're Max Fishman? That's not the way to recover 6'10".
Yeah, so the thing for Max is to get back to what you were doing, spare this up, forget those last 2 frames even happened, and move on. Now,
Well,
Jason,
it's still right now only a 3-pin game. Is this
Yeah.
a transition game?
it could be. It could be, but these guys have been ball changing enough, it's kind of hard to tell.
Max Fishman here looking to spare. He will.
There we go.
So he'll sort of cut the bleeding a little bit. However, Jason Red's got the opportunity to actually grab a double-digit lead here with a double.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing is, but Gordon, we've seen this 3 games already in this match.
Yes, we have.
Where Max left the door open, Jason didn't know what to do with it. So if Jason can double here, it's huge. It means that Jason is gonna start to build some momentum here, but he's got to get this one first.
Can't catch the double without the single.
Nope. He almost had that pin, knocked that 6 out. He crossed over.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a transition. Definitely seems like both bowlers are sort of lost right now.
Yeah. But the key here though is Jason's got to spare this.
That he does, but I think that he will, and he does.
So he's still up.
It's up by 2 going into the 5th frame of game 4.
Yep. He would have felt.
And again, he's got to win this.
Yeah. There's no pressure on Max at all, unless he's got a dinner reservation or something he's trying to get to. But if he ain't worried about all that, all Max got to do is win one of the next 4. He would love for it to be now. But Jason,
I hear there is a great steak and seafood restaurant, I believe across the street. That would be a very nice place to make some reservations.
Well, you can tell he's from Philadelphia with this Philly jersey. So he probably had a pretty good Philly cheesesteak once or twice in his life.
Very true.
There you go.
There's a
there you go, Jason. Yeah, Jason knows he kind of got away with that one. It hit really light. The pinfall was the way they fell was kind of but we'll see.
Does not matter how they go down as long as they go down. So.
Yeah, all I see is a strike. All I see is a white X on the board there, and that's all that matters.
I mean, you want to talk about sloppy strikes. Max has made his living tonight on sloppy strikes.
Yeah, Max has had a couple. He's had a couple. He started with that last game off with an ugly one.
That was a pretty one. That was a pretty strike.
But you know what? It counts the same as the other white X up there too. So
yes. Right now we're going to second half of game 4. Jason Red needs this one to stick around. And right now he's up by 2. Max Fishman looking to put on some pressure on Jason Red with a strike here. If he puts some pressure on Jay, that means Jason needs to keep striking, and he hasn't really been doing that this game. Now this can change, obviously, but we'll see what we have here. Fishman right now starting off second half of game 4. That ball's got to hook in. It does.
It did, yeah.
Another light hit, but that looks good.
Yeah, for a minute there, I didn't even think it was going to hit the head pin. I thought it was just going to kind of knock the 3 out, but it moved back enough and did what it needed to, and he got the pinfall. He got the carry that he's been getting. So, good job by Max right there.
Well, Jason Red, for him to keep the lead, he's got to throw a strike here.
Yeah, I honestly, Jason can't afford to not strike anymore.
Jason almost stumbled right on the approach.
Yeah, he's got to overcome where he's had the door open. You know, we've been through that already. He just got to like put pressure on Max. He has not put pressure on Max in this entire game.
And that's not going to help either.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah,
there's a bucket,
yep.
And it's not a chicken.
No. I'm kind of hungry, so a bucket of chicken would be nice. But the main thing here, though, Jason can't do what we've seen before and leave the 5 pin. Get these 4 and move on. You're still in it. You're still clean this game. Keep it that way.
Well, Jason has now given the lead back to Max. But as you said, you're absolutely right. He's got to make that spare. Second shot coming in. Will he make the spare? Yes, he will.
Yeah.
Was a little bit of adventures of spare shooting, but he gets it done.
Yeah, that 5 wasn't hit with a lot of force there, but it fell. That's all that matters. He got that slashy thing, as some newer league bowlers would say up there. And so he got that slashy thing. And so
well, that's the good news. Here's the bad news. Spares does not beat strikes.
No, but Jason is not open yet this game. So, you know.
He hasn't, but he's down by 8. And Max is on a double.
Max
this almost certainly has to be a strike.
Yep.
Right now, 7th frame. That ball is nice. Now he's got to, once again, what's going on with lane 4?
Yeah, I wonder why Jason hasn't had all his strikes look like that, because that was beautiful.
Again, he needs to figure it out very, very quickly. However, of course, if Max throws a couple more strikes, it could be too late. Fishman right now looking to salt this match away. 7th frame coming up. He's already up by 8. Oh, I was about to say make it 18. No, I can't. Make it a 9 pin.
No, right back to it. And again, Max is giving Jason chances. Jason has to capitalize on one of these.
You know, I can just spin you around and make you a record and just skip because you've been saying the same thing.
It feels that way because it's like these guys are throwing really good shots and then the door's getting open and Jason's not taking advantage. And I don't want to talk about hot tub selfies no more.
What?
I don't want to talk about hot tub selfies no more.
Well, in 4 frames, you may not have to. Fishman right now with the spare, he will make it. Onto the 8th frame. Max is nursing a 7-pin lead as we go into the 8th frame. However, Jason Red is on a strike. So regardless of what Fishman does, Jason Red will take the lead with a strike in the 8th.
Yes.
And this will be the first time that he will capitalize on anything the whole entire match. And it needs to be, because if that stays at 0, the match is going to be over.
Yes.
8th frame coming up for Fishman.
Looks
That ball
good.
looks okay.
Oh, no, that was light.
Only
Oh,
okay. Didn't look great. It looked okay.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be good, really. And then it just, that last third of the lane, it just didn't move in enough. Came in real light. Shot the 1 pin around the 2, and you see the result.
Next 2 shots for Jason Red will be the most important ones for him in this match.
Yes.
Because if he does not double, there's a good shot that there will be no more match after this game. I am assuming, of course, that Max Fishman will get the spare here. I assume correctly.
Yep. Nice spare. Nice spare for Max. He still only got that 1 open back in the third. It's the only open he's had in this match. Jason Red here needs this one. From here on out, the next one is the most important one.
Yes, sir. First shot here. This almost has to be a double. And it is. Finally, Jason Red takes advantage late in a game. Except we're only halfway done.
Yes.
He's retaken the lead now. Can he strike in the 9th? A strike in the 9th means that Max Fishman cannot shut him out. And he actually has a legitimate chance to win this game. If he does not strike in the 9th, depending on what he does, Max Fishman can steal the game, steal the match, retain the title.
Yes.
The best Max Fishman can do is a 222. Jason Red can go off the door for 237. Big shot here, 9th frame. Here's Jason Red's shot. It's good.
Yes, very
3
nice.
in a row from Jason Red, and finally, Jason Red responds to the bell. Talk to me. What's going on right now? What's going on through his mind?
So Max is just kind of like, okay, he knows he's got games to play with, but at the same time, he wants to get this over with. So he wants to put the pressure back on Jason. He wants to make sure that Jason has to make the quality shots. Max also knows that every time he's made good shots, that he's usually made another good shot. That was not right there. So, barring a disaster, Jason is going to win game 4.
Well, not yet. Well, if Max does not get the spare, then Jason is going to win game 4. Basically, what needs to happen here is A, Max gets the spare, B, Max strikes out in the 10th, and C, Jason opens. All 3 of those things need to happen. If they don't happen, then we're going to see a game 5.
My crystal ball still says Jason's going to win game 4.
Your crystal ball's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, so I feel like Max got to figure out, you know, does he think Jason's going to mess up, or is he going to be figuring out what he needs for game 5 here? He's not really he didn't ball change. So there might be some other adjustments he looks to make here.
Well, if I'm Max Fishman, I go, let me throw some strikes and let's see if Jason Red's going to actually show up in the 10th frame.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Because if Jason Red does what Jason Red's been doing, to put a little pressure on him right now at this point. And right now, what Jason Red has been doing at the end of games has not been throwing quality shots.
Yes. Yeah, Max wants to double.
Well, again, if Max throws another shot here, he forces Jason to show up.
Yeah.
Second ball coming out. That ball looks good, except it's still light.
Yeah.
And that means Jason Red's going to get on the board. Barring a really stupid shot from Jason Red, he will get on the board.
Yes.
And when I mean stupid, I mean golf. Like a 4 or a 3.
Yeah.
Like a 4 gutter or a 3 gutter or some ridiculous thing like that.
Man, it's like I said, I felt that when Max strung them spares and Jason didn't falter then, that this is Jason's game right here. And we're gonna be going to game 5.
The hot tub is still alive. Maybe.
Yep, it's still on.
Hot tub is still on. We have not closed it down for the winner yet. Cover has not been put on the hot tub. Jason Red right now. Any first shot here, and we're going to go to game 5. And that ball definitely does not look like it's going in the gutter. That's a nice shot. Jason Red will survive game 4. There will be a game 5 in this matchup. Stay tuned, everybody. We're not done yet. Jason Red has finally done something that he hasn't done, which is close out a game. If Jason Red actually closed out a game, he would be up 3-1 right now instead of Max Fishman being up 3-1. I don't think Jason wins game 3, but he definitely wins game 1 and game 2. Red right now, second shot, 10th frame. Doesn't really matter at this point. There it is, another strike here. Jason Red will finish with 6 in a row. Pretty good bowling if I say so myself. Because I'm sure now he was wondering where the heck that's been the first 3 games. I've been wondering where the heck that's been the first 3 games. The only good thing, however, is that this is a 7-game match. So as long as this shows up game 5, game 6, and game 7, he'll be okay. Maybe. But again, it's got to show up game 5. Jason Red right now is going to finish out somewhere in the 230s. 235. At the end of game 4, Jason Red 235, Max Fishman 201. Red is on the board, but Fishman is still leading 3 games to 1. We start game 5, and it's going to be started by Fishman.
Yep. So Max is going to start us off here, game 5. Got the 3-1 lead. He's kind of been throwing it to better every time. And let's see if he can start us off with a strike here, too. So that's a strike for Max to get us started here. He's gonna try his best to keep pressure on Jason. Jason's got it feeling good. Okay, I got one. You know, what can I do to keep this moving? And this first shot here is gonna be very telling. Looks good. Yep, there you go. So you got a little bit of a yeah, so Jason doesn't have the pressure he had last time because, yeah, he still got to win out, but he can take a breath. He got that first win of this match out the way, and now it's just a matter of throwing good shots, and the first 2 we've had to start this match have been phenomenal. All right, Philly here. Let's see what he's gonna do. That looks good. Yeah, I got the 10. He almost left the 10, but it came out. That's good. I love it. Both these guys are throwing really good shots right now. This will be a high-scoring game. I just have a feeling Max is feeling like he's been playing with his food. And Jason, and Jason.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, Max is playing it, you know, he's like, all right, look, he should have won a couple games early. He didn't do it. He finally took advantage of a game. Let's just get this over with. I'm done playing my food. I'm hungry. Let's eat.
Yeah, the last thing, if I'm Max Fishman, the last thing that I want to see is a Jason Red that's all of a sudden figured everything out. Yeah. I absolutely do not want to see that at this point. No. If I'm Jason Red, obviously, I got to treat this game like it's the last game in the match, because if I don't win this, it will be the last game in the match.
Yep.
Jason Red is still in must-win mode for this game, and if there's another one the next game, and if there's another one the next game. Right now, that ball looks good to me, and it is not.
Flat 10, wow. His first two looked really good to start this off, and that flat 10,
Well, Jason Red has come from behind in a couple of games. Well, not in a couple, in one game to win,
yeah.
which was the last one, and now he's going to have to come from behind again. That ball, hold on, it
Yeah, good job. Yeah, so Jason's just got to be just focused on the next shot right now. Like, it's not a, you know.
Jason Red right now going into the fourth frame. He is down by 11 at this point to Max Fishman. Fishman threatening to put this one away, so Jason's got to throw some strikes.
Yeah. Yeah, Jason doesn't want to, like, because like I said, Max is done playing with his food. Max wants to get his done.
Well, now, what sort of food, if Max is playing with his food, what sort of food is he actually playing with?
I mean,
French fries?
look, I don't know. It's just an expression, Gordon. I've never really thought about it that much on what the food would be. But he wants to stop playing with his food. He wants to eat, get the win, and get out of here.
I mean, Max is a big boy. The food could pretty much be anything.
Yeah, I'm sure that Max can put back some food. I'm sure Jason can put back some food.
Well, you and I can as well.
We could put back some food.
We're not exactly svelte here.
Yep. I don't know Max's beverages of choice, but I know Jason can put back some frosty drinks too.
I'm sure frosty recreational beverages could be on his list.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if Max was the next two, I'm gonna ask Max a question about that. Because inquiry minds want to know. I'm not going to bother him now. Absolutely not. Fourth frame coming up.
Yeah, let's see if we can make a run at the 300.
Don't say that.
No.
You don't say that. That's like taboo.
No.
You never say that.
No,
it's like the pitcher going for the perfect game. You don't say the pitcher's going for a perfect game.
You jinx
You just
people.
say Max has got 4 in a row.
No.
He's got 5 in a row.
Gordon, you
don't
jinx
say,
people.
oh, by the way, he's going to shoot a 300.
No, Gordon, I said let's see if he can shoot the 300.
Okay.
You jinx people. I don't jinx. I encourage.
Oh, you encourage?
Yeah.
Jinx? Really?
Yeah, you jinx. I encourage.
I guess I'm called the Dark Cloud for a reason then, right? There we go.
There you go. Didn't even need the Urban Dictionary to figure that one out.
So if Max leads a 10-pin right now, it is my fault. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Max right now, 5th frame.
And he struck.
Up comes the ball, and he strikes. So not my fault.
No, hell no.
Max has got front 5.
That's a goat strike right there.
That is a goat strike right
That's
there.
a goat
Even
strike.
if it was a
Love it.
sloppy strike at this point, you would have gotten the 10-pin down.
Yeah, that's a champion strike. When you're the champ, you
Yes,
can do
it
that.
is.
You know, it's like an advantage. Somehow the bowling gods know you're the champ. I'm gonna let you carry some crazy stuff you don't really deserve.
Well, he's done a lot of that this game.
He has, but
He has this match.
But it's one of those situations where, you know, Jason's not losing because Max is carrying the crazy stuff.
That is
true. Jason's losing because he's not jumping on opportunities when he has them.
And Jason should not be down 3-1 right now at this point. At the very least, it should be 2-2. You can make an argument that it's Jason Red that should be up 3-1, and you won't get an argument from me on that.
Yeah, it could very well be the other way. But that's why that's what I love
Why
about
it's bowling.
Yeah, that's what I love about WCS. Is it's best of 7. It's not a 1 game. It's not a 3 game. You got 7. You can have games where you falter, but you're gonna have games where you thrive. If you just capitalize when you have to capitalize, then you're gonna do fine. You know, don't give up because you're down 3-0. You know, and so far Jason has.
No, he's absolutely not giving up in this game. And if anything, oh, there's another one.
Oh yeah.
Well, here's what Jason Red is saying. If you shoot the 300, fine, no problem. If you don't, I'm going to put myself in a position to beat you.
Right, absolutely.
And if Max Fishman makes a silly open or a Greek church or a big 4, Jason Red, depending on what he does, is right back into this game.
Right.
Fishman right now, frame 6, second half of game 5. That ball's good.
Oh, that looked good.
6 in a row for Fishman.
Oh,
and again,
6.
if he wins this game, he wins the match.
Yes.
Fishman up 3-1 going into the 7th frame.
Yes, he'll retain the title if he can keep going. He don't need the 300, but if he's gonna win, he might as well shoot the 300. But
if he gets the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th,
you're still not.
Jason needs everything else.
Yeah.
Or mathematically, you can't catch him.
Well, I'm sure that's in Jason's mind. He's got to go the rest of the way.
I'm sure.
Max knows that striking gets it done faster.
He does. Just like that.
Yep. 7.
He wasn't happy with that shot, but all the pins go down. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Whatever magical powers that Max Fishman has put on the lanes are responding. Jason Red right now, again, he's in a position that these next 2 shots have to be strikes.
Yeah. And if we learned anything today, is the opportunity can come where Max throws a terrible shot. So Jason just got to keep striking and not do that.
Well, there was a terrible shot that was thrown, but that was thrown by Jason Red, not Max Fishman.
But still spared, you know what I mean? Like there's still 5 more strikes that Max is going to attempt. And is he going to get all 5? I don't know.
I think he may need 1 more, because you saw the look on Jason's face, and that was a smile of defeat or a grimace on his face when he left that one. And that wasn't just a through the bad shot.
Yeah,
that was a I am not winning this match strike.
Yeah.
Smile right there. And we'll see if I'm right or I'm wrong. You're absolutely right. Jason Red can definitely get back into this, but now his level's at a 245, which means Max Fishman only needs 1 more strike in the 8th frame to salt this one away.
Yeah, Max would have to, like,
Max would have to make a couple of really bad errors.
But it would be nice to see Jason still in this in case the door opens again. A 7-man.
No.
Yeah. So
valiant effort from Jason Red.
Yeah.
Really valiant effort. You got to sort of question, is this a different game if Jason hits some pivotal shots in game 1 and game 2? I mean, obviously, this doesn't end in 5, but the question becomes how much of a change will it make?
Yeah, but Jason's a great bowler.
He's a fantastic bowler.
Yeah, and anytime you get these matches, you know, you're only going to have 1 winner.
Yeah.
And right now, it looks like this is Max's to lose, definitely, because he's got front 7. I have no doubt in my mind he's going to get the 8th. And he did. No. See?
Good job there, Ray.
Yeah, that was my bad that time, I guess. I thought for
All
sure.
right, I'm starting to hand off that Dark Cloud moniker over to you.
No,
it's not completely there yet. There's a long way to go, because I have left miles of dead carcasses and shattered 300 dreams all the way on the pavement and the sidewalk.
But you keep the
you
dark.
got a couple points for that.
You can take the Dark Cloud back north with you.
Okay.
We'll stick to thunderstorms and flooding down
Horizontal
here.
lightning, yeah. All right, that was a good run by Max.
Yeah.
Now, looking over at the scoreboard, Max Fishman up by 44, 2 frames left to go. It would have to be a gigantic brain fart for him not to win this one. The best Jason Red can do right now at this moment
is 234.
It's 234.
Yeah. So he's not. It's not
Max
over.
needs a mark and good count.
Yeah.
Theoretically, probably 2 marks, but he can get it done with mark and good count. That would be very good count. There's a strike.
That was probably one of his nicer ones. That was just. That's one you want to write a story about. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I mean, the story has been Max Fishman throwing more good quality shots than Jason Red in the times that he's had to throw them. That's the story of this matchup. Jason Red right now, 9th frame coming up. There it is.
Yeah.
I mean, again, Jason Red has not thrown a terrible ball.
No.
He's only left a couple of opens, but the opens that he's left have been costly.
Very costly. You know, there's been too many times where Max had the lead and just gave him a chance, and Jason just was unable to capitalize today. You know, and this could be, if it's a different day, could be different outcome. You know,
champions find a way.
Champions find a way. Yep.
Champions find a way.
We are doing check-in for the 9 p.m.
But it's also something to remember that, you know, Max is a third time champ, but that's also means he's lost the belts before.
He's lost the belt twice.
Yeah, he's lost the belt twice. You know, Jason's gonna be unsuccessful here on him falling the 3rd time now, but. You know, Max is focused. Max is Max loves this. You know, Max just recently got back in the series. Since he got back in this time, I don't think he's lost.
Well, Max has got the experience from doing this and from being to the top of the mountain and from winning the title. Jason Red doesn't have that yet, but he will be back.
Yes,
I'm
absolutely.
pretty confident that Jason Red's going to be back, and we're going to be doing more matches featuring Jason Red, with them going after a belt, whether it is a singles belt or that tag team belt that you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
We're going to see Jason Red coming back here.
Yeah.
Valiant effort from Jason Red.
Yeah.
However, the day, the evening, the match belongs to Max Fishman, and there it
There
is,
you
that
go.
seals it.
Congratulations to Max Fishman. 4-1 victory here. And once we get this wrapped up, we'll have a few words with Max.
Yeah, Ray, as he is wont to do, shall be interviewing the winner. Well done, sir. This was really fun doing some
absolutely.
commentating with you today. We
Yeah.
got to do this more often.
Yeah, absolutely. I might make a trip up north every now and then.
Oh, and now he gets that.
Now you don't get the carry you've been getting. My
Well, and
goodness.
again, he didn't really need it. That's what
No.
champions do. They figure out how not to do that in crucial spots.
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. But great job by Max. Hats off to Jason, like you said. He's in the uncapped #1 contender match next weekend. We might see him back next month fighting
Maybe
for the
see him in
uncapped
November.
titles. Yeah, might see him in November. And, he might make the climb back up, here in the heavyweight series in a couple months as well.
Absolutely. But as of right now, at the end of Game 5, Max Fishman 265, Jason Red 223. Max Fishman still the champion, wins 4-1.
Back up a little bit. Let's back
And
up a
in a
little bit,
moment,
sir.
we're going to have an interview with the champ and Ray
let's
Gillespie.
go. I'll get ready.
And here we go.
It took 5.
Yeah, I get tired. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we were worried about Jason's fatigue because Jason had just came from bowling, but it really felt like you guys were both just staying focused. You guys were moving fast early. How was the pace for you?
Well, to add on that, before I got here, I came from playing golf, so it probably wasn't the smartest decision, but so only 9 holes though. But no, transition. I ran into this exact transition last night. I made the ball change exactly when I made the ball change last night. My ball, it was a second game. I was just starting to flat out with 10 pins, and then I switched to my pin down knockout, and then the rest was history. So
You had a lot of questionable carry there at times. But like I said,
we're all human.
yeah, we're all human. But we said, like, look, the white X's all count the same. Now, one thing I will say that I kind of was frowned upon a little bit was you slapped out a strike that you didn't even see how it fell.
Well,
You already turned your back. You thought it was going to leave a split. You deserved it.
If anybody knows me,
and
and everybody knows me in league, I do that all the time. So
yeah, hey, and
it's just me.
it was pretty good, man. Y'all did a good job keeping us entertained. Congratulations, and we'll see you next month.
That's right.